I also have a question. Like, how did you find out about the flat Earth? Because I want to
I was
meet new people.
researching UFOs, and I came across, I believe it was the 200 proofs that the Earth is flat. And I was like, holy shit, I don't know any of this stuff that he's saying. I might want to, actually look into it. And then I kind of like disgraced it. I was like, oh my god, this is bullshit. This is reality that we're in. What the fuck are these guys talking about? And I actually got muted a whole bunch of times. I never got banned because I wasn't, blasphemy about it. I wasn't like, I wasn't just,
Dude,
disgracing.
I watched a flat Earth video just in comment. He said if the sun was closer or more local, it would kill us if we stayed out in it too long. And it
That's
would
another
burn
one,
us.
yeah.
It would burn us. And I thought, where's this dumbass been? It does both those things. And it appears to be right above me.
Maybe in the past I would have come and trolled you, but now like I went inside. I wanted to learn because like I
Have you
learned.
read the welcome? I mean, because you were in there for 10 minutes before you could ever do anything in here. You didn't read the welcome.
Yes, I read the welcome. It describes also.
It does have a whole bunch of rules in there and everything about us.
I'm gonna be honest.
We are not the Flat Earth Society. If you have anything to do with it, if you have any kind of, evidence that we are, you are lied to.
Then if we fall out of it,
In
sorry,
Michigan,
Wow.
by the way,
Hold on, let
sorry
me
for the
address this
TTS
dumbass
voice.
with the
I lost
fall
my
out of
voice in a car accident.
hey, who said fall out of Earth if it's flat when we fall out of it? Who said that?
No, bro. Haven't you
Okay, check it
noticed
out.
that
So what
there's
you're
a
doing-
big ass wall of ice surrounding us? What are you
No,
talking?
no, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, so just
I'm
shut
high,
up.
bro. What are you
Look,
talking
Shut
about?
up.
I've come here because
Well,
I
I'll
want to
ban you.
learn, and I don't appreciate you.
Okay,
saying
so we're not. The flat Earth model doesn't put flat Earth third disk from the sun. We don't even believe it's a disk. So where do you get that fall out of? And where are you going to fall to? Because the flat Earth doesn't float through space. It's not a heliocentric model, buddy. We're not floating in space.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
Wait, hold on.
I have a
You
I have a
seen
question.
some dumb meme? You seen some dumb meme on the internet, and like every child before you, you believe every dumb meme you see on the internet without verification.
I laugh at every dumb meme I see on the.
Is there anything underneath the Earth?
Oh, I just cut
Underneath
myself.
what?
Shit.
I said it's not a floating disk in space, dude. What do you mean underneath? You have proof of it?
So it doesn't
I'm sorry
float
for
through
offending
space.
you guys.
Elaborate.
I
Let
didn't
me
mean to
elaborate,
do that.
'cause
I was
this
just
is
asking.
actually what I had in my
Underneath
head
this kind of
when I
thing.
first caught. So hold on. Let me reply. Okay.
I
In
would
the
have smacked
aspect.
him to see if he falls off. That's
I know.
all.
I'm just.
I just wanna slap
just
him,
want to
Justin.
reiterate. I know where you're coming from. Okay, but then you truly have to research how far have we gone deep. How far?
I just want to elaborate. What if it's not even a flat Earth or an Earth at all? What if it's just all
No,
a
I
simple?
want you to tell me how far we've
He's
gone
not the one.
down.
He's not the one that asked the question, Justin. He just keeps interrupting.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Go ahead, guy. I'll stay out of it. I'll let Justin cover it.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to, elaborate just a tiny bit on it. I just wanted,
I have another question. So
Well, let me ask that. Please, can I have the answer? How far have we gone? Do you know?
No, I do not know.
Okay, so next one, mask. Do you know?
I don't either.
Okay, Zuru. I'm sorry about if that's not how you say it, but how far? Are
I
you
am
not
new to
here,
this
Rex?
kind of thing, so I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, so that's fine. I'm just asking, if you're asking about what's underneath, that's the first question that you need to ask yourself is how far we have gone. And do we even know if there is anything underneath? What they're telling us, though, is that when you get down, it just disintegrates everything. So we can't actually get past what they thought was down there. And now they're testing what they thought was it, and they're kind of inaccurate because they're testing what believe it was, but now they're not knowing what it is. They're testing what they're not even knowing what it is.
Sorry,
Telling
I
us that
did not
there's a
mean to
core,
offend you.
and telling that there's this far down, the core is this far down. But how the hell did they know when they haven't even gone that far down? Do you understand? And then they're using monitor, using pulse rays, they're using these fucking devices that they created to go through the density or whatever of the Earths that they say it is, crust after crust, and then, you know, layer after layer, and they tell us that this is what it is. They just tell us that it is. We have to believe it. Else you're, you know, not passing your test, and you're an idiot. So do you not believe that we know all of that? I mean, because we do know all of that. I mean, that's one thing that we have to rebuttal all the time.
Who keeps fucking tagging?
We had a theory about what was beneath the earth. Want to hear it?
Yes. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
We think that there's butt sex beneath it.
Butt sex.
Okay, because he didn't.
Really?
He was trying to troll us this whole time, but I actually have a question I've been wondering as well. So, how does gravity like fit into this? Like, how does any
So listen.
stuff work?
First of all, what is gravity?
Gravity is like they keep the Earth, like they keep the stuff on
No,
the
no,
Earth.
no. What kind of gravity are you first talking about?
Newtonian, relativity,
No,
What?
I,
Isn't like what stops
little
us from
g,
floating?
big G.
yeah, like what stops
What?
us from just floating into space?
We're not floating in space. That's the first thing that keeps us from floating off into space, because we're not floating in space.
That's the first thing
The
that you
flat
don't
Earth doesn't
understand.
float in space.
Well, sure, not in
covered
space,
that.
but like, you know,
don't
just
believe we are in space
What
at
proof
all.
do you have of
Because
space?
that
We
makes-
can
I
debate
don't
that right
understand.
now.
Why don't you not understand? We don't believe that we're in space. That's the whole thing. But you keep going back to the
well, saying
fact that
something
we
like that
are
is just
in
a force of
space.
habit.
I know, but I'm just
You
trying to say
mean-
you
But, like,
have to
No,
push
like
it into your head because that's not what we believe.
I don't
We're not
mean
in
like
space.
I don't mean like space, but like where are we then? Like where is the Earth? Where is it?
Let me cover this. Okay, gravity doesn't offer you an explanation for the force that holds you down or the direction of fall, the rate of fall. It doesn't offer you a force for little g or big G. It gives a few theories on what may be the force. So you have no absolute force on a heliocentric model, but you want one from a geocentric flat stationary model. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
You want what you don't have from the flat Earth. You want what you don't have for the globe. You have no proof of mass attracting mass or Newtonian particle physics wherein every particle emits a gravitron. You can't prove this. You have no force. The only thing you have is quantified observations, little g and big G. And that's an observation. It's a natural law. Things fall down when you throw them up. That's a natural law. You can't explain why.
It's very hard to wrap your head around when you are programmed. Of course, really, it truly is.
You think, this is the problem, you think your quantified observations are concrete proof of reality, but they're not. That's no different
Well,
than
they
saying,
put it concrete in a book, of
Models-
course, it's on paper.
yeah, listen, a model, whether it's quantified or not, it's a map. It's not a proof of reality. The map is not the land. Have you ever heard this? It's a re-edification fallacy. The entire globe model is fallacious. It's built on fallacy. You expect us to believe that which is non-concrete is concrete. It's called
That's why I
concrete.
always go back to math, because math, you really can have it on paper be whatever you want. -4 can be on paper, but you can't have -4 baskets, or -4
You know, I got
apples
people
in
that
that
come in here
basket.
every day. I got people that come in here every day that tell me I'm uneducated, but they assert a mathematical construct, an abstract, as if it's concrete reality. And they're the ones that lack an education, no offense. I got my education at university. So I know the difference between reality and mathematical or modeled constructs, quantified constructs.
You only take one side of it, but we take it all. That's all.
See, cause I come from Israel, so I was going to university, but they forced me, like you have to do mandatory conscription in the army. So I'm just finishing that off now. I'm going to return to
Conscription.
university to
Israeli army? You was part of the Israeli guard?
Or not like you have to. It's mandatory conscription. So
I'm
like
an
I will be a
ex-Marine.
reserve one.
I was a Marine. I hear you. Yeah, there's qualifications for that, but that doesn't apply to universal university advancement. Those are just military constrictions. It's no different than people that come in here and say, we got GPS based off spherical geometry that's based off hypothetical Aristotle 2 sticks, but it proves the globe when it's nothing more than a hypothetical mathematical construct. It's not concrete and it's not reality. The map is not the land. You can't use hypothetical constructs to prove reality.
Everything is a
That's
concept.
illogical, that's why it's a fallacy.
So
It's known as faulty reasoning.
okay. So we know the Earth is real, the Moon is real, and the Sun is real. But what about like the other planets that we have observed in the solar system? Are they real as well, or are they not?
We know them to be what we observe them to be, above us, emitting light, moving in patterns. We can quantify them, but it doesn't make any truth or reality permanent for them. They're just hypothetical quantitative constructs. They're abstracts. Abstracts are not proofs.
So like what you are saying is like they are up there, we can see them, but we don't know exactly what they are.
No. And the only proof you do is photographs, which are unverifiable.
Yes, you.
They're not science. That's not science. A photo isn't... That's a distortion of reality. It's not reality. I don't have to call them fake. They're unverifiable. Therefore, they're unscientific. I can't test them through it. I can only hypothesize about them.
Yes,
Or
and like,
theorize.
you can always edit a photo and make it very realistic because the technology we have now, you can edit almost anything you want. It will look believable.
Yeah, but listen, they had that technology 100 years ago, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like-
we've been editing realistic photos since the 1800s.
Yeah, but like now the technology is like unbelievable. It is. You can make.
Yeah, for them, exactly. It's 3D now. It's like it's really 3D modeling, you know, that they have, that they control.
Yes, I think this is
It's
why.
like a 3D reality that they have already controlled, right?
I think this is why so much of the people are like they always believe the lies that they make because it looks believable, but it is not.
Well, that's what Elon Musk said, right? Isn't it? Do you remember Elon Musk? He said, it looks so fake because it's so real, or something like that, or.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it looks fake because it's so real, or I don't know, I can't remember what he said, but he said something to that effect. It was just weird how he said it. Can't find it exactly. So can you tell us more about like where your accent is from? Because I mean that kind of sounds a little bit off.
I live in Israel. I was born there, but I am like not ethnically like Israeli. I am like an Arab Christian. But
Okay,
I
and
live
where did you learn your English? 'Cause it's pretty damn good.
in Israel. English is one of the official languages, so I know how to
Okay,
speak Arabic and English. And
Right.
because from the community I lived in, it was not necessary for us to learn Hebrew.
Can you tell me it's a beautiful day? Just say that in Arabic.
Do you want me to say it in like the dialect I speak or like official?
Yes, please. Just yes.
اليوم طلع على برا وبشوف كل شي حلو ومنيح كتير والطقس منيح كتير وشكله منيح كل شي.
That's so awesome. I love that tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it is. That's all it is. It's you're just moving your tongue in a way that it's just amazing. I mean, I can do like an accent, full on like Russian accent, and I can just change my Russian accent to the
Hey, this is how I do it. Listen, Justin.
crazy. With the tongue. Use Google.
Yes, because
Yeah, I use.
if you look at it, that is like one of the official ways to say it. If you like the official Arabic, but from my dialect, like this is how you say it, because you have different dialects, from the Levantine to the Iraqi to the
That's so
Khalij.
awesome.
You know, it is like
See,
the
that's another thing that you look at. Like, if you why would they do that? Why would they separate so much like that? Because they don't want you to learn things. They want you to be separate. They want you to be, apart from each other. That's the whole thing about this whole fucked up thing. It's been controlled by these people that are just not. They don't love you. I mean, that's the whole thing. They want you to be a part of each other, but in a reality that they put in place. Not what you can put in place for yourself.
In a matrix of reality that is not your own.
It isn't.
In a thought prism far, far away.
It's amazing.
like the thing I realized about the flat Earth community is like everyone, well, like not like the actual flat Earth society, but like the people, when you talk to them, like they are united. They are like united. There's no conflict. Like no one is fighting each other. But when you talk about other things, everyone wants to fight each other about something that they don't need to fight.
Good observation.
We know what all you are going to talk about. I mean, we do get it every day. Plus, we know it because we've been there in your shoes. We've been through education. We wouldn't be in this position that we're in right now if we hadn't had our education. That's the whole thing about it, And if you're here, you have had some education to get here.
Because when I used to be in high school when I first learned about this, before I went into the army. So I used to be in high school, and I first learned about this on the YouTube. I looked at it and I was like, this is stupid. Like, who would believe stupid things like this? This is what like stupid people believe. But after, like, now I'm at the end, I'm going to return back to university so I can get my education. I read more into it. I was like, I will be open-minded, I will learn, and I will see where they come from. And I learned about it. I realized, like, it is not stupid. It makes a lot of sense. I mean,
and they do want you to not think about any of this. They really don't want you to research it. They don't want you to know it, and they're censoring it now. I mean, if you look at the algorithm of every kind of main domains and main public places that they post information, they're trying to shut them down. And
yes, I realized that with YouTube they started like they changed the algorithm.
They started it just like a year ago. They just did it. You know what I mean? And like, because it's come out so fast, they couldn't stop it unless they had control. And now,
and like
it's hard.
And like as well, if you go into Google and you search Earth is flat or something like this, you always find like jokes and like stupid things disproving it.
Yes.
But nothing that
Something
is
to
nothing.
turn you away. So the newbies that come in are not gonna get it. They won't get it at all. They will just turn away.
Yes, like that is why when I first learned about it, it was like I couldn't believe it because it was stupid. And you search everywhere, it's just they don't show you the truth. They always want to show you the lies.